Good morning,
What up?
Ecom and Beyond morning show. Everything over my desk. Oh wow! So I hope everyone's having a fantastic morning. Plenty of sales. A good weekend to hang out with family, friends, and all that fantastic stuff.
Heck yeah.
Having with you today, Anthony, Pittsburgh.
What's up, guys?
Want to do the who's on here this morning?
Sure, I can do that. So we have Larry Lafferty first in chat today. That means Larry gets them brownie points. Nom, 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 nom. Then we got Matt, BK Vending and Flipping in the house. Good to see you, Matt. We have Kelly, the Ecom Mom Ward. Good to see you, Kelly. Flipping Goodies. Good to see you. Glad you're here. First time I've seen you. So welcome to the show. We got Johnny in the house, Cajun Roots Reseller. Good to see you, Johnny. Got Land Shark Picker in the house. What's up, Craig?
Great.
DC Sales, the master of the license plate here. Good to see you, D. Reseller Man, good seeing you. Got Jameson's Closet in the house. Glad you're here today. Got Hot Mess Thrifter. What's going on, Amy? Brittany Brands is in the house. I don't know if you guys heard, but Brittany's got them brands. Got Dino Mac in the house. Good to see you, Dino. Glad you're here, man. Bargain Effect says today sucks. Home internet is down. That sucks, dude. It's like pretty much everything you do runs through the internet. Boo. Well, thanks for joining us anyway, Tommy. Appreciate the dedication. Danny May's Adventures. What's going on, Danny? Anyone else I missed, feel free to say something in the chat so I can greet you. Reselling Addicts, Jenny. What's going on? Glad you're here.
What's up, Jenny?
Speaking of Bargain Effect, we were Saturday. I don't know if you guys saw it, but we did a live work and hangout on Nate's channel, and we were planning the Pittsburgh reseller meetup, and it's coming together pretty nicely, guys. I did post in the Facebook group the itinerary. It's tentative right now, especially that Monday, just because we're kind of between a few different things, and obviously weather is going to be a deciding factor for some of it. But so the entire week from the 16th through the 22nd is completely planned out now. And so if you're coming for any of those dates, make sure you take a look at that, because that's where the bulk of the group is going to be. And obviously with Nate and I both kind of spearheading it, we can break up if need be. If there's a large group of people that don't want to do a certain activity, I can take half, Nate can take the other half, or vice versa, or whatnot. So there's going to be a lot of fun stuff. So if you're not a member of the Facebook group, please go ahead and join the Facebook group. Nate, if you could drop a link in the chat, and then one of our mods will definitely get you guys approved so you can see it. But if you can only come for one day, come for April the 18th. That's going to be the main day of the meetup, and that's when everybody that's coming is going to be there, including my wife. She's taken off to come meet everybody, so she's excited about it now too, now that she's a part-time Poshmark seller. So we've infected her, guys. It only took like 2 years, but she's infected now. She's got that posh bug.
I think it's awesome that she's got the bug now.
Tommy, I didn't even realize there was a meetup.com. So I can, unless you know how to do it. If you want to post it there, you can. But I was planning to advertise locally as we got a little bit closer to it, like maybe at the beginning of April. The only thing I really have left to do is I need to nail down how the hotels are going to work, as far as trying to get the Comic-Con rates and everything, and how just to verify that they're going to give us the space at the restaurants we want to go to. So that's the only thing I have left to do. But that shouldn't be an issue at all. Let's see. Perlini jumped in since I last greeted people. Good to see you, Lynn. Glad you're with us.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the meetup. I think it's going to be really awesome. I think, trying to plan it out, try to hit everyone. It's hard, but I think we did a pretty good job to have a nice mix of fun and just, sourcing, and, you guys can experience what we have to deal with, and maybe guys get to save, make a little money or save some money on your trip by finding some good stuff. So,
yep. Good morning, Shane. Good morning, Fluky.
What's up, Fluky?
Glad you guys are here.
What up, Shane? Yeah, I didn't know eBay had a meetup forum or anything also, so that's pretty cool.
Got the hippest, flippingest mama in the house. What's going on, Kelly?
So we were talking before the show. You said your eBays were up today. That's good.
Yeah, eBay's doing real well this weekend, actually. And the crazy part is, like, it's nothing that I did to make it, like, do good. It just did good on its own. Like, I did a little bit of listing, but, like, not enough to, like, really garner the sales that I've had.
Yeah, I hit, I think I only did a couple listings over the weekend, and I had 2 sales.
Yeah, I might have thrown up, like, maybe 3 listings, like, all weekend.
I went to a heavier percentage, 125. It's usually like my top end for my sales. So I did that, and one of the things that I was like, kind of like not really wanting to put up for 25% sold, but I made good money, and it was a quick flip. I sold a brand new pair of Air Maxes that I got for 30, sold for 75 plus shipping, and then I sold a pair of Under Armour spikes that I think I got for, I think it was $6. I have it on a video. I have to go check and double check that, but they sold for $37.99 plus shipping. So that's part of the reason why I picked the topic for today, since mine are so niched out. And there's niches that I don't deal with, which there's probably could be the reason why my sales are a little slow or whatnot. But I just wanted to see what other people do for niches other than, kind of the basics, or maybe they only do shoes or clothes or whatnot, which, clothes sell year round. Just have, even summer clothes sell year round, because, people in Florida and California, they have the better weather, and it just might be not as fast to sell, but they do sell. Like, I thought my football spikes were going to sell, and they sold, in February. So, I mean, that's pretty awesome, unless we're going to somebody's playing in the XFL or something.
Touche.
That would be pretty awesome. Actually,
what's up to Paul, Gate City Picker?
What's up, Paul?
Thursday.
Stanley, what niches do you enjoy? I mean, I know a few of them, but what are some of the niches you like to sell in?
Well, I just did my vlog yesterday. I went over one of the niches that I like to sell is Pokemon cards. That stuff sells really well, especially the newer stuff. If you get the newer stuff, it'll like pretty much fly out the door. If you get like one of the more in-demand cards that plays well in decks, it moves really quickly. Obviously, a lot of people know I really like to sell video games and stuff like that as well. So like those are 2 of my favorite niches to kind of sell. I really like selling shoes, just because I've had like really awesome luck with shoes over the years. Toys is another one of the niches I really like to sell. Collectibles, those type of things. Those are like the main niches that I kind of stick to. Hey, little bunny foo-foo, good to see you.
Glad you're
here. Niches get stitches. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I basically sell the same exact stuff that you sell for the most part. I think a lot of us that are the guys that sell the video games and stuff, because we're just hardcore gamers all of our life, probably, or at one point, or we have a passion for it because of our childhood. So a lot of us, gravitate to the games and the toys, and and stuff like that. Clothing is probably one of the bigger things I do because of the investment into it. You get a lot of stuff for really cheap, and you can make some really good money on vintage clothing if you can find it. I have yet to find like a grilled piece or something that would be, like I say, a $50 item, like that would be used or something for $1 or $2. But I know a lot of people that have found like band or concert T-shirts or like the early polo stuff that does really well. That is very trendy. Um, Electronics are really good. I think the best thing I found that sold so fast. I found a brand new cassette player that like a Walkman. It was like
Yeah.
I can't remember what brand it was. It wasn't one of the like Sony's or anything, but it was like one of the top brands back in the day. It was probably like the top 3 brands. It was like it started with an A. I can't remember what it was called. But I listed it for, I think it was like 30 minutes and it sold. And I had it up like pretty high. I had it for like $39.99. And I got it at the thrift for $3 or $2. It was brand new in package, which I kind of knew I hit a home run, but I didn't think it would sell like right away. I figured maybe I'd have to put on sale or someone make me an offer, but they paid full price and they got it. So it worked out really well.
Good morning, Kathy. A few people are saying AWA. Good morning, Kat.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was AWA. Yep. Kent and Reseller, man, definitely read my mind because that's exactly what it was. Because I had like Iowa, like stereos and stuff when I was a kid, and that was like one of the bigger. Like it wasn't like the Sonys of the world, but it was up there. Let me go back in the chat. Let me see if I can find what. Saw a few people put some stuff in that they sell. I hate when my chat jumps.
Yeah, Paul Gates City Picker was saying he likes to sell nostalgia. I sell a lot of stuff that's nostalgic to me too, just because I'm like real interested in like listing it and playing with it mainly. Yeah, I was
Kelly
said
she likes to sell bathing suits off season. People travel, take cruises year round. I think I sold like a pair of like swim trunks like not that long ago that I got for $1. I think they were Tommy Bahama, I think, or something. I can't remember what they were, but I was surprised that they sold when they did. But you might be exactly right. People are just wanting to go on a trip and they needed a pair and wanted to save some money and they bought mine.
Yeah.
Cajun Retreats Life says I need to start working on my free haul of Pokemon cards. I am still working on the big haul from Facebook Marketplace.
Nice. Yeah, like I said, Johnny, I can help you with those when you need it.
BK Vending and Flipping says he likes shoes and sporting goods. I love shoes.
Can't go wrong with either one of those categories. Both of those are very reliable sellers.
Especially like brand new like Nikes and stuff. They'll go. You know what I mean? Like if you buy them at the right price, I would just buy them all if I had an opportunity. I was trying to get there was a store closing in my area. I was trying to like see what they'd want for every pair if I'd buy them all, but they weren't budging. They were still doing they had a weird sale. It was like 10% off, and then if you bought like 8 items, then they gave you 50%. So it was like kind of like 60% off, but it was some crazy math. Like you take the 10 off. So I think they're full price. So I think they were like $70 or $80, and then they gave you 10% off. So knocked down say $8. So it was brought it down like 72. Then half of that, so it was like 36 bucks or something. So I was trying to get them for like 15 a pair or 10 a pair. They weren't budging, but I was going to buy them all.
Yeah, Tommy Bargain Effect just shouted out a pro tip there. He says that he loves selling medical supplies. It sells so fast. Absolutely. That's one of my favorite things to sell are like diabetic test strips, but pretty much anything that you can find in the medical field because people need to get it. And if they don't have really good insurance, they're getting raked over the coals for it. So you could sell it on eBay so fast, because even like if you're asking top dollar for it, you're still saving them a ton of money. So medical supplies are awesome. You just need to be careful because there's some things that legally you're not allowed to sell. For example, like CPAP units. You can't sell the actual CPAP, but you can sell parts to it. The reason you can't sell the actual CPAP unit is because it's something that requires a prescription, because they need to actually set it to the setting of the person's sleep apnea, depending on how bad it is. You know what I mean? So they need to have a prescription for that. Like, for example, if they would be subscribed like a 10 and the CPAP unit you're selling is like a 20, they can't just go to the hospital and be like, hey, can you adjust this, because they didn't have a prescription for it. So you can't sell that stuff, but parts to it, you know what I mean? Like I get new parts to my CPAP unit like every 2 months, and stuff that I don't need that I just list on eBay, and it sells pretty quick.
Yeah, I have a walking boot that I used when I hurt my foot at work that I kept, and I haven't listed yet, but I probably should. I don't know if anybody needs a 15 walking boot, but I have one. Could probably go for a good penny on eBay. I just have to make sure it's all cleaned up for me just wearing it or whatever.
Look at Tommy Bernard. He's like the Nino Brown of eBay right now. Throw his comment up there, Dave.
Let me scroll on.
Just the market on crack is pretty untapped on eBay. The funny thing is, like, I wouldn't be surprised if some moron somewhere has tried to list something illegal like that on eBay. Basically just gotten busted for it.
There's a question for you, Anthony.
Okay, question. I have a lot of test strips. How should I set them up? Single boxes or lots? These are also, yeah, you want to make sure they're all sealed, because the majority of the time, the people that are buying them off you, test strip wise, of course, are going to be medical suppliers. They'll get it off of you for, say, $70 a box, and then they'll turn around and sell it to somebody's insurance for like, $300 to $500 a box. So that's kind of the game when it comes to the test strips. You're basically selling to pharmacies, like the mom and pops, different type of medical facilities. So what I would do is the expirations on them are important. So take a look at that first, just to make sure they're not expired. Then what I would do is typically each box is going to have a barcode on them. You just scan the barcode. It'll come right up on eBay for you. And depending on how it sells, most of the time I'm going to do all of mine individually, although most of them will go to the same buyer within like literally 10 to 15 seconds.
Yeah.
I'll be sold out. Now it depends on the brand you get. The ones that are really, really desirable that I sell are the One Touch Ultra. They come in a blue box. I get those like literally, like I've listed them in front of Nate, and he saw like literally they sold in 5 seconds.
Yeah, I think you got an offer, and then boom, like it was like a little bit below what you asked for because you priced it high.
Yep, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to pass on that offer, and then like literally 2 seconds later they sold. So and I listed them higher than what the comps were showing. I always do that because somebody's going to buy them, especially with as desirable as they are. Like worst case scenario, in 10 minutes, I would take an offer for like $1 or $2 less than what I asked. So they're that good. I've had other ones like the AccuChecks. I don't know if they just weren't as desirable of a brand, but they took a little bit longer to sell. But and they weren't worth as much. But I still sold them individually and didn't have a problem with that. But the market's going to dictate on all that stuff, and sold comps are your best friend. But for the most part, you should sell test strips in the same day you list them.
Yeah, it seemed like the test strips are just insta sales for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you have them priced, ridiculously way over the market, then they won't be. But I mean, just like Anthony said, even if you price it over, he got an offer and declined it, and then they sold 2 seconds later. So it's like they try to get a little cheaper, but they, if the person knows that they're insta sales, then they'll just decline and then take the full price offer.
Yeah.
Flipping Goody says they like sell older PC games do well, and my surprise software is great as well. Yeah, I've seen a few people sell like even Windows software that's like a little bit older, new in box or whatever.
I know Landshark Picker picked up a bunch of, I think he got them for free too, Windows 95s that were sealed, and he like cleaned up on them. Like it was really awesome to see like something old, and I'm pretty sure somebody was just getting rid of them because they thought they had no value. He turned around and listed them all on eBay and like really just like wiped the floor with them.
I've seen a few people say about the vintage Christmas items. I sell some too, and they do okay. And adult bats. Let's see.
Yep.
You hit that.
Maddox is in the house. What's going on, man? Got Anthony Bluegrass Picker with us too. Thanks for joining us, man.
Trying to go back up in the chat and see if I missed anybody's stuff. Brittany says that she sells clothes. She's trying to branch out in electronics. Yeah, it's definitely a good one to reach out on for sure. I think a lot of us, sell a lot of this, basically the same stuff. That's more the bread and butter stuff. Like for me, I want to get into want to try and get my wife to do like how your wife's doing, kind of maybe not set up her own store, but if she can kind of help me cherry pick what women's clothes are good and stuff, then that'd be a whole nother thing that I could start listing. I do have a few things that are women's, but haven't sold. Maybe it's because me not picking out good stuff because I don't know anything, but I got it for really cheap, so it really didn't matter. Found out that eBay bulk labels don't like trying to ship $150 orders at once a day. Yeah, I haven't tried the bulk order. I looked at it, and I don't know if it's like basically like. Have you done the bulk listings on eBay? Like when you do your printouts, your labels and stuff?
I normally don't. No, I like to do them one at a time just because I'm anal. So I don't know. It's just the way I am. Everybody does it differently though. Because I know me, like I'm so like lackadaisical when it comes to attention to detail that if I don't do it that way, I'm gonna end up sending stuff to all different places. So I do it one at a time. That's just the process that works for me though. I mean, I know the bulk labeling like works really well for a lot of people, but I'm just not organized enough to do it, and I work in a mess. So like best thing for me is just to work on one package at a time. Once it's labeled, I put it in an Ikea bag so I won't screw it up.
Well, wouldn't like say your box size is off or your weight's off when you use the bulk bulk order labels, doesn't it print all of them like in one shot too?
Yeah, it'll come out with like one big stream of Dymo labels or labels or whatever you're using.
Yeah, I couldn't do that because sometimes I'll find a smaller box and I'll save myself a little money or make a little more money.
Oh, that's cool. RC Maddox says you can leave a note on the label so you don't mix up the packages. That's actually a pro tip. I didn't know that. So thanks, man.
Yeah, like I mean, usually when I sell stuff, it's only a few things. It's not that big a deal to print them out. But I mean, if you have that many orders, I mean, that would save you so much time compared to having to go through every which one, that you're doing. Jenna says she's still selling Christmas stuff. Yeah, I had a person send me an offer on something, I think this weekend, which I just didn't take it because it was super low. But just someone interested in Christmas stuff now is a good sign. There's some people that buy it year round and just leave it up and decorate their house with it because they like it so much. And
yeah, that's definitely one of the niches that will sell year round. I mean, it's just not as hot as it is like closer to Christmas.
Okay, so Kelly says you can edit your size and weights before you print.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe I'll start using that because I mean, I'll use a couple things, when I do print. Like today I had 2 orders where I usually have probably like 2 to 4. So, I mean, the bulk, it would save me a little bit of time, I guess. But for the most part, I'm probably better off just doing like what you said, like I would send something in the wrong place.
Yeah. Flipping Goody says, I sell a lot of older sewing machines, 70s, 80s, 90s. These sell very well and low cost of goods.
I find a lot of that stuff at estate sales, and a lot of it will be like even older than that. And I look at it and I'm like, is this really worth buying? Then I go look at the sell through rate, and I don't know. I kind of leave them
I
be.
think what a lot of people do with them is they part them out. You know what I mean? Like, unless you find like a really desirable unit. I've seen a lot of people that sell like sewing machines and stuff like that, just use them to like part out and stuff like that. So I just don't know enough about the market. Like, that's where I get in trouble, is trying to get into certain niches or something that I don't know anything about just because I've seen a video or somebody has sold it, not knowing that this isn't like obviously the exact unit that they were selling. It's just something that's similar, and then I end up getting it home and it's like, you know what I mean? Am I really going to rip apart a sewing machine or, a typewriter or whatever? And a lot of times I just end up passing on them just because I start like getting in my head, like, well, what if I have to do this? What if I have to do that? And a lot of times, like, for example, I have like 4 or 5 laptops right now that I could just sell for parts, but I'm thinking in the back of my head, well, if I rip it apart and sell it for parts, then I'll get like considerably more than like even the working laptop's worth. But it's going to take me probably 3 to 4 hours to like completely like strip everything out of one laptop. So is it worth it? You know what I mean? Because I'm like real thorough whenever I get through ripping apart stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
I don't know.
In 3 to 4 hours, how many listings could I have had that would like make me money today? You know what I mean?
Cajun Roots says, I enjoy using the old sewing machines. I have a 1927 and 1945 Singer lightweight. They work really great. I wouldn't even know how to pull them apart. I would really be like struggling trying to figure that out. I've never really used or touched especially a vintage model, but I'm sure, doing that would definitely make a lot of money, because there's people like Cajun Roots Reseller that, rather use that, and if they go bad, where are they going to buy parts at?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, maybe I should start looking at different things like that and parting things out. I know a lot of people that do that. They'll buy like vacuum cleaners and stuff and pull them out, mixers, blenders and stuff, like the high dollar ones, like and just part them out. Yeah, like Larry, he says he likes taking things apart and resell for parts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's good money in it.
It's just knowing what ones to buy, which ones to do that with, because there's some that you'll take all the time out and take the parts out of, and then you might not get anything out of it or whatever. So the thrifting lounge says, I always break down how much I'll make per item per hour. So if I'm only making $20 and it's an hour of work, then you're only making, think of your time in sourcing pictures, research, and listings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why I typically don't look at. I try to stay away from the stuff that's like $15, $10, stuff, unless it's like, my cost is like nothing, and then it's so easy to take a picture in storage. I always think about storage, because even though I have a nice big basement to really put a lot of different stuff in, you know what I mean? Like, over time, it doesn't take much to fill it up, where you're like, well, I can only buy stuff that's this big now. So
that's a good one too, Matt. BK Vending and Flipping says he likes to part out board games. I've done that too. There's some pieces that you can get out of board games that are worth more than the entire thing sealed, especially if it's like an older game. So that's definitely a pro tip too. I'll do that at the bins a lot. If I see like a board game there, I never, even at like regular Goodwill, but you can't really you have to buy the whole thing at a regular Goodwill because they're not going to just let you pull pieces out of it. But at the bins, it's like, free for all. Like I've gone through and pulled out like, some of the little pieces, some tiles, like whatever, I deem to have value. I'll go and rip that stuff out. So that's a pretty good pro tip there too. I know a lot of people do well with like the Scrabble tiles, stuff like that as well.
Got No Money G and Snobby in the house.
What's up, guys? Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it very much. Okay, so Danny May was asking about vacuum cleaners. Like what parts on vacuum cleaners, like the attachments or whatever. Yeah, you can sell attachments. You can sell like the bag parts, like pretty much anything. Like you can actually even take the vacuum cleaner apart. You can sell like the little spindle thing underneath it, like pretty much anything. Like anything that can break on anything, you can sell to somebody who has a broken unit to fix it.
Got Steven Scroggins in the house. What's up, buddy?
Here's another niche for you guys that I know some of you probably already sell, but car parts. Car parts sell very well. Whether it's like car radios, stereo stuff. For example, I've sold like door handles, headlights. I've even sold a grill once. I got it. I couldn't believe I got it so cheap. I got it to sell local, but then when I was looking up comps, I was like, wow, this thing's like actually worth like me taking the time and effort to FedEx to somebody. It was like a Dodge. Well, I don't think it's Dodge. It was like a Ram. They used to be Dodge Ram, just like a regular Ram truck grill. And man, it had to have been I wasn't even like reselling like as like full time or even part time then. I was just kind of like a hobby seller then. And that was back whenever I was literally just like doing it just to buy new video games, every month and whatnot. And man, that thing like blew my mind because I picked it up for like, I think only 10 or 15 bucks. I guess somebody's husband had passed away and they were working on a truck or something like that. And the wife was literally just selling all of the stuff off at a garage sale just because she wasn't going to fix the truck up or do any of that stuff. So I think she might have had like 25 bucks on it and I got it for like 10 or 15. I can't quite remember the exact number I had spent, but I never pay full price. My thing is I always ask like lower, and the worst they can say is no. And typically they shout like just a little bit higher back than whatever I've shouted out to them. So it typically works out really well. But yeah, car parts are really good. I've found a lot of car parts at the bins, surprisingly. Nothing like big and bulky like that, but like inner parts of the door, like the handle, like for a minivan, I've picked up, man, I don't know, like 8 or 9 of those that were in a box. And I think I only have like one left, and that might have sold already too. But just like little stuff like that, because you never know what's going to come in. So bins are really good for just about any kind of part. I know a lot of people, like I went to the bins with Mark from Going Twice. I think he might be Going Twice Flips now. I think he changed his name on here. But he's a Pittsburgh guy as well. He was the first Pittsburgh reseller that I actually met up with. This is before I even met this beautiful beard to the left of me over here. But whenever I went with him, I'm so used to just targeting the small, lightweight things. He really opened my eyes to a whole nother world of bin sourcing. Like he was going after all the big, heavy objects, and then he was like literally gutting things right there in the bins, like going through like these big, bulky printers, taking out the stuff that sells really good for parts. Ripping apart like vacuum cleaners and stuff like that. And it was just like really cool to see someone like have that kind of a strategy and go through all these different parts and stuff. So yeah, it's definitely a pro tip is if you can figure out how to do parts and stuff, definitely do it. Sold a
Got a little-
Penguins hat.
Sold a what?
Penguins hat.
There you go. Snobby wants to know, he has about 15 vacuums. What should I part them out or should I scrap them? I guess it's really. I mean,
definitely do. If you're going to scrap them, rip off everything that is valuable inside, put it in a box to list on eBay, and then scrap the rest of them. Like scrap what's not valuable. So yeah, I would definitely do both. And
I seen Jenny say something about. Hold on. I seen she said something about car radios. Car radios are one of the things where you don't like, you can't test them unless you can, unless it's something you could just kind of. I don't even know how you would be able to test them unless you finagled something so you can kind of just get it to see if it turns on. But then you don't know if the sound works. But you can get some of that stuff for so cheap. I've seen speakers and stuff for cheap, and I just have to pass on them because you don't know if they'll work, or unless it's going to be like for $1 or less, or $1 or $5 or something for something that's a couple $100 item. I would probably just have to leave them go for the most part.
sure. Just me, Kathy says reseller whiplash. Careful, Anthony, you may end up with it. She said whenever I heard the ching, I was like,
and I heard it on his side. I'm like,
and I'm sure everybody at their like computers or phones are like, where's that cha-ching coming from? Somebody got one. That's what I like on working hangouts. Everybody's like, who got the cha-ching? Where's the cha-ching?
It's usually contagious sometimes. You hear one, then 2 seconds later, you hear somebody else. And
for sure.
It's usually the one thing is very satisfying about doing a working hangout. Hey, good morning, Grounds Finance.
What up, Justin? Good to see you, man.
There's 15 vacuums that don't work. That stinks. That sucks. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just, you buy them for cheap or you try to fix them and part them out. And that's what you accumulate over time.
Especially with all the scrapping Snobby does, though. Like that, anything like that doesn't work is like straight money to him.
Yeah.
Plus, if he can take parts off of them and make money off of that too, it's just like kind of like a little bit of gravy on top. Yeah, I do the same thing, Matt. He said he sold an untested Toyota truck radio as untested and never got a return. Yeah, I've pulled a lot of car radios out of the bins because typically, even if they're heavy, it's going to be $5. That's kind of like their thing with electronics. So I've sold tons of like 90s car radios, and like they always sell. And I've never had one come back.
Eric Bishop says they don't suck grounds. That's the problem. Talk about the sweepers.
Touche.
Jenny says that they sold a 400 CD unit. The person is in Bulgaria, and the person is okay paying $124 shipping. Holy moly!
Wow.
Now is that GSP, Jenny?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd be sending that sucker GSP.
Either that, or you want to put if you're doing, it wouldn't be simple export, so whatever it is, I'd put insurance on it.
Crocker's Lockers is in the house. What's going on, John?
We got Art Vandalay. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, D. Flipping Particles. Got Steven Scroggins in the house.
Steven says they have a converter out there that you can test car radios out. I'm going to have to buy one for garage sale season then.
Yeah, dude, I was just telling my wife last night, like, I cannot wait for garage sale season. It's going to be so epic. I'm, like, really pumped up for it this year.
We got D in the house, Flipping Particles. Make sure to check out her show, 12 o'clock Eastern.
Dude, we're, like, pretty lucky in a sense, like, seasonal. Like, Pittsburgh's a great city for garage sales because there's so many communities, like, that are so close together. It makes it so easy, like, when planning out routes.
The only thing that stinks about my area is for me to find a cluster, I have to go to Pittsburgh. Like, I have to go to Pittsburgh. I mean, and you have to be there, like, at least by 8 o'clock. to get a chance for some of the good stuff. And like for me, it just, I don't know. Like I have to get up at like 6 o'clock. So it's the only thing that ever like hurts me from going to garage sales. Like, did I wake up at 6 or 7? Because if not, I have to try the local ones that are around me. And if the local ones are hit and miss unless they're in Bell Vernon. Jenny says, I can do it through Pirate Ship. I don't have GSP on. What would you do? I would definitely, I mean, you could ship it through. I would check to see which one's cheaper, but I would make sure and buy the insurance. Because how much is the unit? Because you want to make sure that your insurance is covering you for the whole thing, the shipping, the whole 9 yards. So, say it's a $300 unit, make sure you're covering that, $425 or whatever. Make sure you have that insurance, because that will guarantee that when they get the unit and they say, oh, it doesn't work or it's damaged because it got damaged during shipping, and then they can send you pictures, then if they ever return it, you're still getting that sale or whatever. So that's just protecting you, so that, because electronics bouncing around all the way to Bulgaria could be a problem.
Yep.
So I would definitely pack that really, really good. And I would buy any insurances so you're covered going all the way over there. Because I doubt that's going to be under 4 pounds. So simple export's not going to work for that, I doubt. Parker's Logger says Kimbo is really, really ready for garage sale season. Yeah, I'm really excited for it. Last year I was ready, but at the same time I wasn't, because I was jumping into Amazon and work was kicking my butt.
Dude,
this year is I'm not off on Fridays. Like, that's going to be killer for me, because I'm not going to be able to, unless I go in the morning.
Dude, Saturday is the best day for yard sales anyway. Like, Friday is decent, but in Pittsburgh, Saturday is like the gravy train for yard sales. But here's the thing, dude. Like, if you literally make it like a top priority to wake up like at the butt crack of dawn every Saturday, and you go out there yard sale until like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you're pretty good about getting like the high dollar stuff listed ASAP, you'll see like the full power of eBay. Just like you were telling me, like I'd see the full power of Amazon.
Yeah.
Dude, like yard sales are like putting the gas on the eBay account, because like you're getting like things that people want to buy like dirt cheap and making like money like crazy on them.
Oh, I agree. I mean, that's the reason why I love yard sales as much as I do, because you get like to go around cherry picking people's best stuff. It really, they are getting rid of for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But they're so in demand, or vintage stuff is in such demand more than ever right now. So that's everybody's stuff that is old, and that what if for whatever reason they don't like it, they want to throw it away or whatever, and that just plays right into our hands as resellers.
Yep. For sure.
My juice. Can't have my juice. Yeah, if it's a bigger item, I don't mind sending it non-GSP. I just make sure to add in any insurances or whatever. That's like with stuff I do simple export. I always add the extra $2 for the insurance, because Pirate Ship charges $1.30 for every $100 that you that you would need insurance.
Flipping Goodies just said go to Orlando this weekend. 50.
Did I lose Anthony? Oh,
I almost moved there about a year ago just for that very reason.
you froze for a second, so you might want to rephrase what you said.
Okay, so Flippin' Goody said they're going to Orlando this weekend because there's 50 plus estate sales plus a ton of garage sales too. We almost moved there maybe 2-3 years ago for that very reason. because at the time I was doing a lot of flea markets and stuff like that. That was like my primary flipping. Like I would do some stuff on eBay, but for the most part, I was more or less like doing the flea market stuff. So I'd go to a bunch of garage sales, estate sales, stuff like that, and then I'd bring everything out to Rogers Flea Market and just flip it out there. And I'd make, like tons of money every week just for working like pretty much that one day. And so we found down in Orlando, they have the flea markets going 7 days a week, plus like yard sales, garage sales, all that stuff happening pretty much any day throughout the week as well. So like that's an untapped market. Well, I don't want to say untapped because there's a lot of people that live in Orlando, but that's like a fantastic place to go and source. We try to hit up, the flea markets and the garage sales and stuff anytime we go down there too.
Yeah, Art says I can't wait to go garage sales. I work late Friday and Saturday, and want to try take one of these days off to get out there. Yeah, I work Fridays now, which I had the perfect reseller like schedule. I was if you're gonna work, having Friday, Saturday off was perfect because that's the bulk of the yard sales, at least for around here. But I had some success with some Friday ones because a lot of people will have the 2 days. They'll have Friday, Saturday. And Friday they'll have like their best stuff because no one's, a lot of people are working or don't want to wake up at 8 o'clock. They'll rather just wait till Saturday. So the Friday ones, I would always get a really good amount of stuff. Then Saturday I'd go to the other ones I missed, or maybe the ones that are always Saturday, and they're so over, just there's so many people there that there's a lot of the great stuff's already gone or whatever.
Yeah. Country Picker, what's up, man? Glad that you're here. Glad you're able to make it.
Yeah, I got to bring some packages too. I got to drop off my Amazon order, and I got 2 orders going out today. So for all I have 2, having 100 and some bucks going out, pretty good. I think
one thing I noticed with garage sales, just with people saying that they work late and stuff like that, even if like you can get there towards the end of someone's garage sale, don't always think that you're going to just completely miss out on everything good. Sometimes they are asking too much for stuff, and at the end of the day, they're finally willing to take lower prices. Then sometimes people just want to get rid of stuff. And a lot of times I see people will put stuff at the end of their lawn for like trash or for free. And I pick that stuff up like crazy. Like I'll literally take, if they're willing to give stuff away for free, I'll take almost all of it just because I'll take it to the flea market the next week if I get enough stuff. If I can fill the back of my van with stuff that I'm not going to sell on eBay, I'll take it to the flea market, and then whatever doesn't sell at the flea market, I'll just drop it off at Goodwill on my way home. So that way I get a tax write-off, and I get, whatever money I make off of something people were throwing away anyway.
Yeah, see, like your situation, that's awesome to have a flea market set up. Like there's no way that I could set up anywhere really and do that on a consistent basis. So for me to get all the leftovers, it wouldn't serve me any good. Plus, I don't have a van to the haul, so that would hurt me. Yeah. Flip It Goody says Facebook Marketplace, search eBay inventory. I had someone that was supposed to pick up a Wii U and a bunch of games. Well, not a bunch of games. I think it was like 5 or 8 games, and they were good titles. Let's pick up for $50. He says, I'll hold it for you till Sunday. I says, okay. So he messaged me. He says, are you coming? I says, yeah. Can you meet me at this place? And then ghosted me for the rest of the evening. So that's one more fact of why Facebook Marketplace for me is just like, it's just.
You see, it's the people selling ghosting people. It's like, dude, do you want money? Like, I had a guy I was trying to go pick up a Wii off of that he had. He wanted $40. It was for a complete Wii with a bunch of accessories. But the main reason I wanted it is he had pretty much every Mario title for the Wii, plus a whole bunch of like other games that were like okay to pickles, which was like really the money was going to be right there in the games. Like, yeah, sell 2 games, you make your money back pretty much. So I was trying to get a hold of him all weekend long. This dude like literally lived like the next street over from where my mom lives. I could have just been like, hey, Mom, go grab this weave for me, and I'll toss you the $40 whenever you either drop it off or I pick it up. And like this dude, like literally, like I send it like the original thing, like you can just click, hey, do you still have this available? I sent that, and then after that, I clicked into the message and I started saying, hey, my mom lives right across the street from you. I can come pick this up right now or anytime because she's off this weekend. So just let me know and I'll be there to get it. So the only thing he wrote back was yes. And then after that, he like ghosted me all weekend. And it's like, dude, like literally there's $40 a block away that could just literally walk over to you and pick it up from your porch. Because in his thing, he said porch pickup only. And it's like, well, right across the street from you, bro. Like there's the $40 you're asking for. And he's like ghosting. It's like, are you serious, man? Like, do you not want to make money? Why did you waste your time and taking all the pictures and making this listing?
Yeah, Facebook Marketplace in our area is just very disappointing. It's a tease. It's a real tease because a lot of stuff will be overpriced, which is a lot of it's probably resellers, and that's great that resellers using Facebook Marketplace. But the times that I do find something that is right in my wheelhouse, I'm like jumping for joy, and the next thing it's like either it'll be pending, which that's great, someone got it before me, but then the times I actually get first dibs on something, it just magically it's just like the Homer Simpson gif of it just goes in the bushes. That's what I feel like the person does to me. Like they just disappear.
Yeah, for sure.
She also wants to know how much do you pay to set up at a flea market?
For me, it's only $20 to go out to Rogers. It's between 20 and 21, something like that. They might toss it up $1 or so every once in a while, but yeah, it's real cheap. I just get like the run of the mill, no electricity outdoor spot right now. I could rent like a permanent spot, but I mean, with eBay, I don't go every week like I used to. Like that used to be like my thing. Like I would go, oh, Scott's in Disney. What's up, man? Hopefully you're having a great time. I'm sure you are. But yeah, I used to go every single Friday, like without missing, because I would make so much money. The only time I wouldn't go is if it was raining, just because I'm not gonna go spend all that money just to go and not make what I need to in a day. Plus, like the stuff I sell, like could get ruined in rain. So I don't mess with rainy days, but any other day I would definitely be there. But I haven't been going as much because most of what I sell I've been kind of holding back for like eBay or Amazon or anything like that. So that's been kind of what I've been doing. I've been going like maybe once a month now since I've been like really into eBay and stuff now.
Flipping Goody says, everyday Muslim, go outside your Facebook Marketplace, find what you're looking for, ask if they ship, and can they take PayPal. 2 benefits: 1, no BS meetup, and 2, PayPal buyer protection. That's actually a pretty good idea. As long as I could, the shipping in doesn't take away all the profit. Like if I could find a big bundle of video games or whatever that's cheap enough, I would definitely do that. But it's just basically finding and going out and finding it. You know what I mean? So maybe I will try and look out a little farther than just my area. I have, like, if you go in the marketplace and you're looking, sometimes it does pop out different areas or whatever, but I haven't found anything that I would buy because of the price or whatever that would be outside yet. But that is a good point. I'll have to try and check that out a little more. And Scott's out in Disney. I'm glad he gets to stop doing what he's doing to come say hi to us this morning. Hopefully you're having some good weather and some fun out that way.
For sure, my man. He's going to Epcot for lunch. I'll be curious to see where you're going to eat, man. Are you going to like some kind of a dining place, or are you going to go to like the World Showcase and just eat at a whole bunch of different countries?
We got David, the car boot picker.
What's up, David?
What's up, David? Appreciate you stopping in.
One of the nicest resellers out there. David, the car boot picker.
Yeah, I'm excited to get it back in the yard sales. I'm hoping the weather is really nice for the meetup, and everything will go to plans for that day for like the yard sales and everything.
Yeah.
Cross our fingers. But there definitely should be some good yard sales, especially for the first couple weeks in April or whatever. It should be pretty solid with people just hoarding all this stuff during winter and just really can't wait to drop it out on their tables or porches for all of us to go scavenge through.
Hey, good morning to Gina. Key Lime Kisses. Glad you're here. Good morning to Michelle Lathan. Glad you're here as well.
What's up? But yeah, my eBay inventory could definitely use garage sale boost. It's mostly a lot of it's clothing, a lot of it's some hard goods here and there, of course. But I'm hoping this year, every year I feel a little more confident in my picking ability. And I mean, just doing the show, just having you guys tell us about different things and stuff that you guys pick up. I mean, it definitely helps me grow my base knowledge of stuff to go pick up and everything. So it helps. So I mean, just doing the show, I mean, it has helped me. And now I get to go garage sale with Anthony from time to time. That always is fun too. So this
Dude,
year we'll have to have a contest of pancakes.
here's yes. That is a good. Whoever does better that day buys the pancakes.
That's a deal.
But here's a thing that we're going to do this year, since Nate wants to step it up with the garage sales. Every Saturday hangout he does that he does not go garage selling, we're going to all harass him.
Yes, please do.
Yep.
I will encourage it.
And yeah, Eric Bischoff says Nate is 2 away from 700. Guys, go sub to this man. Look at that freaking beard. How can you not want to be a subscriber to that beard? I'd sub just for the beard. The heck with Nate. Show me the beard. It's like Gary Maguire. We'll set up his cam to where it's like it's chin level. So like literally you're just tuning in for the beard. You should do a beard cam, dude. Get a second camera or set up your phone and just have your beard.
That one video I was at Target and I guess my beard was over or something. I don't know. I guess the strap was like really tight in here. It looked like it was like the beard was right over top of it like this. And I called it the beard cam. So
yeah.
That was the first appearance of the beard cam. But yeah, I mean, I think this year the one plus about me not working or me working Fridays, I will be able to go source Thursday for Amazon if I go out, and then Friday I work, but then I'll just go to bed early, and then I'll be able to go do that. So this way I'm not, because what would happen before is because I was off 2 days, I would go shop Amazon, come home, pack, be up to about 3 in the morning, and then wake up and try to wake up for 7, and that would never work out. So I think that would be I'll have a better success rate, and plus I got almost 700 y'all to help kick my butt if not.
Yep. And Kelly said, no, I love the Saturday hangouts. That's not going to change. We'll just do it after yard sales.
Yeah.
I mean, so really, it's an afternoon into the evening thing anyway. You know what I mean? We normally don't go like early in the morning. So we still have plenty of time to yard sale, eat pancakes, and then come back and start listing what we got.
Yeah, it was fun. That was the first time we got to hang out was with that first garage. I know. Did we go to the bins first, or we go to garage sale first? Was the first time we met up?
We went to the bins first.
Oh, okay.
That's like my icebreaker with new people. I say, hey, let's go to the bins. That way, there's plenty of people around in case they try to kill me. Yeah. So. Bins are the place I like to meet most people first because there's plenty of good sourcing and, it's a good public place to meet up with some person that you only met on the internet.
Right. No, I agree. You you gotta have a little buffer area. You never know who you're gonna walk into.
Yeah.
Like, hey, he seems cool online, and you go meet him. It's like, whoa.
What was I thinking?
Like, the wife just called me. Oh, sorry.
Wow,
No.
it's an emergency. Turns out you're a freak. Good to go. No,
One thing that's nice about sourcing with Anthony, like we source good together. Like, some people they might source the same exact thing, and like we kind of do, but we have different outlooks of what we want. You know what I mean? Like, so like when we source, it's not like, geez, I didn't get nothing because Anthony got it all. It's usually there'd be items that I wouldn't pick up that he would pick up, and stuff that I'd pick up and he doesn't pick up, and we do pretty well, and we have pretty good success. So it's never like well, it's cool to hang out, but I didn't get anything type situation. So it works out.
it's never like that. And then even when we're doing RA for like Amazon, we'll just split what we find sometimes. Like whenever we were buying out end caps, we literally were just splitting it right down the middle. And then if there was an odd number of stuff, then one item Nate would get an extra, and then on the next item I would get an extra. So we're pretty chill with that kind of stuff. And then if it's something to where prices could be driven down, one of us will just wait to send it in till the other one sells out. Yeah, Jonathan, my store name is called This and That.
Kent wants to know how your eBay sales were this weekend. Everyone, mine were okay.
Mine were good.
$100, which that's good for me.
Mine were like fantastic considering I didn't do a whole lot of listing. Like I can only imagine if I would have like been like doing some really heavy listing this weekend, how much better my sales could have been. I just like full transparency, I felt like crap all weekend, like just body wise, you know what I mean? Like my back and my hips are like killing me, and like they're still sore right now. That's probably why I've been so fidgety during this show. But yeah, I can only imagine how good my sales would have been. Like I think I have like just from eBay at least like 12 or 13 things going out this morning, and that doesn't even count like my Mercari or Poshmark sales.
How has your Mercari been going since you started doing a lot of more cross posting?
Good. Yeah, it's been doing well. I've had consistent sales on there. I haven't actually listed anything to Mercari this week though, just because of pretty much being sick. So, Justin Jacobs, what's up, my man? Hope everything's well with you.
RC Mad Maddox says, you want to check out my second store? I'm closing it. Clearance out everything. It's at 10% now, hitting 20% off, 25% off in a week, and then 65% off next month.
Dude, shoot me a message when you get to that 65%. I'll save you money on shipping and actually selling on eBay because you live in Pittsburgh. I'll just come pick it up from you.
Oh, that is right. He is in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, just shoot me a message, dude. I'll tell you the stuff I want, and you can just like delist it, and I'll come buy it. Unless you would rather do it through eBay, then I'll just buy it on eBay, local pickup.
Well, I wonder why Hot Mess Thrifter said that the notifications, she just got it now. That's weird. We've been on the show over an hour now. I mean, she's been here from the beginning, but still, you know what I mean? Like, for other people that maybe didn't know that we go on now or whatever, it's sub to me. Having you go on halfway through the show.
I think most people just like know to look for either you or me in the morning too.
Thanks, YouTube.
Yeah,
Thanks for pushing that notification.
You want to know something though, dude? I had the most random like dreams last night. Just because like I don't know why. But one of the dreams I had was you were over 1,100 subs, and you just like shot up like overnight.
I'll tell you what, me and 700 aren't getting along because at work yesterday I was at 703. I came in today at 698.
Dude, that happens a lot sometimes, man.
I don't know what's going on with YouTube right now. I'm not pushing my notifications. It must not
all the way up until I hit 1,000. It was like that for me. So hopefully, that'll change once you hit that 1,000 barrier. You'll be there, dude. My like I've been telling you, my like goal and hope is to get you to 1,000 by the time we do the meetup.
It's it's on my watch, but I don't. I'm not like mad over anything.
I mean, dude, you're not gonna like really see that drastic of a difference in your channel from 700 to 1,000 anyway. The only difference is you can like apply to get monetized, which is good. Then you can start getting some super chats every once in a while. But as far as like the people that are here supporting you, like you're still gonna have your core.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like your numbers aren't gonna shoot up too high. But
Michelle says YouTube notifications have been coming up as 1 second blip for me. Yeah, like I get them in like in just like bulk, like a bunch of them. I'm subscribed to a bunch of different people. But as soon as I would 11 o'clock came around, like I had 10 show up, which I don't know if they're all happen to be posting stuff at 11 or what, but there's something going on with YouTube right now.
dude, that's awesome. Fishing and Picking said, went to the first XFL game Saturday in DC, sold the free promo items on the Amtrak back home for over $200. Look at the comps for XFL stuff. That's awesome, man.
I was just watching some of the highlights of the games, just kind of see if there's any players I recognize or whatever. But looked like some good football though.
Yeah, for sure.
I have to start watching it. Key Lime said she's going to unsub at $1.99. No.
Look, Nate finally made it. Screw you, Nate.
Not now. It's probably what YouTube
Johnny's at 191. That's what's up, man. Johnny, hit me up, dude. Let's get you on the show, and we'll get you that push over 200. But I mean, we can give you guys, if you're not subbed to him right now, go show Cajun Roots Reseller some love. Get him to 200. Then maybe we'll push you to 3, or at least try.
I want to also remind people that I do have affiliate links in the chat for the stuff that you might need, or if you're doing any other Amazon shopping or anything, click on it, buy something you need. Help out here.
Jonathan was asking if This and That is my store on eBay. Yes, it is. I'll type a link to it in the chat if you want to look at it.
I also have my eBay store in the description as well. Try to put more stuff in there.
There's the link. So anybody that wants to look at it, stock it, whatever you do, feel free. But I do keep that and like all of my stores, contact info, and all of my descriptions. So if you go to any video that I've ever put out, you'll see like all of my information in the description. So it's a good, easy way to, find anything you're looking at in regards to me. You're welcome, Johnny.
Got Dumpster Diver Dad. What's up? Good morning. Maggie Doodle. Good morning. Yeah, the garage sales season's gonna be fun. It's the only time I get to go source mainly by myself because like the kids are always asleep and everything, so I get like free reign of the fill up the car and whole. One year I came home with last year I came home with a windowless air conditioner for my daughter's room. I found it was brand new. They just they used it like, I don't know, 5 times or something, and then they're like, they went the whole house AC, so I got it for $50, which those things are like $400 or $500 depending on the model. That was probably like my best pickup just for like personal last year, because I really don't keep too much stuff unless it's for the kids or something.
Hey, thank you so much, Jonathan. I truly appreciate that, man. That was super awesome of you.
Bye, Danny, man.
Not necessary, but 100% appreciated. Thank you. Jonathan,
Hope
we
you have a
send
good
you a
day.
little bit of love in the PayPal department. Jonathan, do me a favor. Email me your address. I'm going to send you out a Picksburgh sticker with my mail today. So I'm going to send you one of these just because you're the man.
Hi, Betty Webb. Thanks for coming in. Danny Mason, hit the like button. So what do you got planned for today, Anthony?
I'm going to film a vlog of like all of my sales and then hopefully do a little bit of listing after the post office. So I don't know if anybody's doing a hangout today or anything like that. They are. Maybe I'll jump on with them, whether it's online, offline. I don't really care. I got to do some listing. I got a bunch of stuff I picked up over the weekend that needs listed. Plus, I still have a bag and a half, like big, like garbage bag size bag and a half of clothing that I got from Ross. I still have to process.
I might go to Ross before work too.
I would. I may stop after the post office. I'm sure my wife is probably, well, no, she probably didn't. She'll probably stop on her way home, though, from work because she's, like, all about getting the clothing now that she's, like, a big-time posher. She kills the game on Posh. She has 2 Posh orders going out today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Has it been pretty solid for her?
Yeah, she's been doing really well on there, man. I've been, like, super proud of her. She's, like, completely taken over, like, the women's clothing game. So I've pretty much given her all of the women's clothing I have that's not listed already because I don't know, she just wants it. So she has her own tote full of clothing now. That's up in the spare bedroom.
Tell her that that Posh sales help get her Disney stuff going, right?
Well, what I suggested to her just to help us kind of save money, I told her now that she's doing decent on Posh, why don't we, instead of her having like money that she spends out of her paycheck and stuff like that, why don't we use the paycheck to like pay off bills and, you know, put money down on things that need money down, like Disney and stuff like that, and use your Posh earnings as like your spend money. So she seemed okay with that. So hopefully that'll be the case. I mean, I told her you could still like store some stuff out of your, you know, paycheck or whatever, however you want to do that. Then just use your, you know, profits for spend cash. Yeah, I can share her closet. Give me a sec. Pull Poshmark real quick.
I think it's a really good setup for not only for you but just for both of you guys with just balancing everything. Because I mean, you guys like doing a lot of things, and she likes her collection and you know all that type of stuff. So it kind of it gives everything a balance. Like it lets your business kind of like run, and it lets her do what she do kind of run. Lets the household run. So now you have 3. You know, your income, her income, plus her Posh income, so you guys can kind of keep everything sort of separate, sort of.
Yeah. Well, and I was kind of hoping that she would just take over my Posh closet, but for whatever reason, she wanted her own. But yeah, my Posh closet is tied to our bank account right now, so it would have been super easy for her to just get the money that comes through the sales there. But I don't know. She wanted to like do something on her own, which I respect too, because she is taking initiative with reselling, like beyond like just the buying of stuff for the first time. So I was super proud of that.
See you later, David. Thanks for coming in, buddy.
Take it easy, man. So here's the link, guys. Yeah, Kelly typed in hers is A Cylinder 24. I just put a link to it there, guys. So that's her Posh closet. You'll see it's decked out with like Disney pictures, like her and Minnie Mouse and castle as their like background picture, and there's Disney stuff in there. So Gary's in the house. What's up, man? West Max Gary. Dude, Gary, we need to have you on a show sometime soon, bro.
We need a world premiere of West Max Gary.
Yeah, Ken said she's making her own empire. It was funny because I can't remember. It might have been DC Sales. Somebody made a comment like, "Better watch out. Pretty soon she's going to be doing better than you on Poshmark." And like, honestly, she already is. Like she like far and away outsells me on Poshmark already. But then again, I don't do a whole lot of effort in Poshmark though. Like I went on the other day and I just wasn't feeling good. I was in bed, so I shared my closet. I shared Ashley's closet, and then I shared some of Victoronica's closet too. And then I was like, okay, I'm done. That's my good deed for the day.
Ashley being, or Hippo Mom said, Ashley being a reseller now, you will turn you two into the e-commerce destroyers.
Yep, absolutely. I'm hoping so. Like honestly, if we can just take like all the, because like one of the gripes I'll say about Ashley, and she would admit this too, is she does have like a bit of a spending problem sometimes. So if we can take what she spends and make that what she's making as far as reselling, like that'll put us so far in a better way in a good place financially. So definitely looking forward to that.
Have a great day, D. Thanks for coming in.
Like I said, Matt, she's already outselling me on Poshmark. It'll probably be a little while before she outsells me on all platforms because like the hidden ace is that I have Amazon too. So I don't even count my Amazon sales. I just let that kind of accrue in my business bank account because I know I'm going to have to pay out for taxes. So I'm trying to just leave that account like as is. So that way taxes are covered. So I don't even count any of my Amazon sales towards anything. Plus I have, eBay and Mercari, which are both outselling her on Posh right now. So, but she's doing real good. She lists stuff so quick. It's insane. Like she doesn't mess around with like super descriptive titles or anything like that. She just like throws up stuff like, and I've been trying to tell her to like do a little bit better with the comping and all that stuff, but she has the results. So I'm not going to like nitpick at her.
It's kind of like what I do with comps. I kind of just go based on, what I expect or what I hope to get out of it. You know what I mean? Like, unless it's something I have no idea of. Like, I found a Ralph Lauren polo jean jacket that I was going to buy, and it ended up being too much at the store, and it had some issues to it, so I didn't grab it. But I mean, like that I would comp because it was a vintage piece and, stuff like that. But more like store items, you know what I mean? I just kind of have an idea in my head and I kind of just roll with it for the most part.
I probably should start putting her store in my descriptions.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt.
Now that I got the link copied and pasted, I'm going to add that to my thing here. Looks like StreamYard just came out today.
Yeah, me too. I swear, like all my subscriptions came out today. All of them. Well, no, I'm sorry. 2 of them didn't come out, but those already came out the first of the month. But all my stuff did. StreamYard, HP Instant Ink. I have Amazon Music, which I don't know where that came from, but I'm going to have to investigate that because I guess my wife keeps ordering that. And because we have Alexa.
Yeah.
So with the kids, they either my son will sometimes get it, so that charged me $4 a month or something, and then something else. If I go look at my phone, I got to deposit some money into it for my sales today. And I'm like, geez, all these fees and stuff. And then my wife went shopping this morning. It all evaporated.
Imagine that.
Like literally, I deposited like $130 in my account, and it went TubeBuddy, Amazon Music, HP Instant Ink. HP Instant Ink, I don't mind because it's only like $5 a month.
Does your wife like keep up with like all the stuff that's in your account too?
No, I do all that. I
She
do
doesn't
all.
like look to see how much is in there so she can like spend some of it.
She'll just like before she went to the store today, I just told her like I told her, I said find a babysitter for Saturday because we're gonna do our Valentine's Day thing Saturday. Like just me and her going out and have dinner and whatever.
Yeah.
I says now be frugal now because if not, we're gonna be at McDonald's dollar menu for Valentine's Day.
How romantic.
I mean, I want to do something nice. What's up, Blue and the Brino Liquidations? Good morning.
What's going on, Freddie?
Ken, I thought it was free too, but for whatever reason, they're charging me $4 a month, which I have. I definitely have Prime, and I have a professional reseller account, which I know that doesn't cover my Prime, but you know, I don't know. PK vending and flipping. So thanks, guys. Got to go to work. We'll be listening as long as I can. Have a great day, everyone.
Yeah, have a good day, man.
Right, Kent? She's killing the SUV money.
You know, dude, you'd be so much better off if you can get a SUV.
Oh, I know, man. Like just being able to like to do. There's so many more opportunities I can have. Just going to
just the fact that you can't go to a flea market if you wanted to. You know what I mean? Right. That hurts.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start making chi-chis again. Ramen noodles and cheese and some Doritos and some cheesy puffs.
Nice.
I'm gonna go ramen noodle month. But you know, I tell her these things like, you know, she starts smoking again, which irritates my soul.
Yeah.
Because I just don't like spending that type of money because that, you know, my mom used to grill that in my head like every day.
Yeah.
Spending $14 a day, you could be going on vacations and doing this and that. I'm like, yeah. But then, you know, now I'm a reseller. I'm trying to get really frugal on the amounts that I spend and, you know, everything like that. And, you know, I want to go full time. I want to get an SUV. I need one in the worst way. You know, so I'm really trying to you know, get down the spending, but no matter how hard I try, it's hard with 3 kids too. Like they always need stuff, and
yeah, for sure.
You know, if my kids need them, of course I'm gonna open the money tree open for them, but it's hard.
Yeah, dude, you're definitely good with your kids, man. I'll give you that.
Jonathan asks, where can I buy bulk to sell? You can buy liquidation pallets. You can buy bulk lots all over the place. You know, there's even YouTube auctions. Sometimes you can get some deals on some bulk stuff. With T and Donna, they sometimes have some stuff that's great for resellers or great for just personal. I believe I have their description, their channel link in my description. But I mean, it's very hard to really find a place where you can kind of just buy in bulk. I mean, unless you're just buying like a storage locker or something. Because I mean, let's be honest, if it was going to be super amazing, everyone would kind of buy it and it would literally dry up everywhere. But you just got to really just look all over. You know what I mean? Just really look all over. I always look online for deals. Like there's certain places that have deals like on a certain day. Like GameStop has a special day where they have a really good sale, or you know, just different places, and just get used to their kind of like what their sales are set up for, what days, and just kind of got to check every day. Like Ross has really good sales on Monday. That's usually their clearance day, which I'm probably going to go to here shortly. So you just got to keep your eyes open and really understand the schedules of how everything works.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So.
Yep, and the more you get acclimated with stores, especially if you're in a cold weather area, the better. Like, for example, like Nate is like friggin' Mr. Miyagi when it comes to OA. Like I've literally just been sitting there chilling with this dude either offline or online, and like the stuff he's buying is like insane value that he's finding. So even if you can't get out to stores, like if you can learn to really just go through, some of these online sales at different stores that, and just basic stores, go on Walmart.com, go on GameStop.com, go on, Target.com, go on, DollarTree.com or whatever, you can order stuff and have some shipped right to you, some shipped right to the store, and it'll just cut out like all of the rigmarole of like trying to track stuff down. You can do it from the comfort of your couch, your bed, your desk, wherever you, do your work.
Yeah, I've come accustomed to really doing a lot of online stuff because I don't have the time to go to all these different stores that Anthony does or other full-time resellers can, because I work 40, 50 hours a week. So when I come home and it's like midnight, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, unless it's Walmart, everything is closed. So being able to shop online is a big advantage for me. So this way, when it's 2, 3 in the morning, I can do like what Anthony says, just look around and search different things and kind of just pinpoint, okay, is this good for eBay or Amazon? You know what I mean? And I'll look at both, or if it's a super, super deal, I'll buy a bunch, you know what I mean? And you just gotta really be, every situation is different, from full-time to part-time situation. You just kind of gotta do what you can do to find stuff to make sure that you can keep going. You know what I mean? If you're selling a lot, you got to keep buying a lot. You know what I mean? Like that's like what Anthony always says. It's like this hardest thing, like keeping up with Amazon. Like you can't keep the shelf stocked. Like I do the same thing. Like I sell a bunch, so I have to keep restocking. And then with eBay, I keep trying to grow it out as well. Like I'll sell a couple things, I'll buy a couple things. If I buy 10, I sell 5. So my inventory is getting bigger, which is good because my business is getting, more value under my roof, you know what I mean, where I didn't have before. And yeah, it's going to sell, you know what I mean, eventually. So it's just money that it's like buying a CD or like having money just into like a 401k or whatever you want to say. And eventually it'll come out.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think we're gonna cut it off here. I'm gonna go to
real quick though. Before you cut it off, I want to do a quick shout out to the show on today's vlog. So just hang tight, and I want to get a shout out, and I want to give you a shout out to get you over that 700 hump, like for good. And I want to give the chat a shout out for being awesome as well. So hold on one sec. Do my little greeting, and then we'll give a shout out to the show. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Picksburgh. This is Anthony, and appreciate you joining us for another vlog. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to our morning show, Ecom and Beyond, that I do with Nate every day I'm hustling. Boom. All right, guys. So right now we're in the middle of the Ecom and Beyond morning show. We're just getting ready to wrap it up for the day. Here's my boy Nate. Every day I'm hustling. He is at the 700 mark right now on YouTube, and he's been dropping back and forth from over 700 to under 700. So if you're not subscribed to this great, big, beautiful, bearded man, do me a favor, go and subscribe to him, and make sure he stays over that 700 mark. If you've never seen Nate yet, or you've never subscribed to him, but you watch me, make sure you go over there and tell him that Picksburgh sent you. I'd appreciate that. You want to say anything to the people watching, Nate?
Thanks everyone who's checked out me and Anthony, and hopefully comes up to me, watch our morning show. Awesome show. A lot of great topics and amazing people. So come hang out.
Yep. And here's the awesome chat. So everybody that's here, say what's up to everyone. Cool. All right. Sorry, guys. I know that was a little dorky, but I want to make sure that, the show and everybody a part of it gets to be, highlighted in a vlog too. But Yes, Tommy Bernard gets a shout out for being the Nino Brown of eBay.
All right, guys, we're gonna shut them down.
All right,
Check out D at 12. Anthony, got anything going on today?
I'm just gonna finish pulling some orders, packing them, and then hopefully do a little bit of listing later. So if anybody wants to do a hangout, I know Kelly said she's down to do one. So, maybe we'll get together and hang out. I'm sure she'll probably be in for the after party.
All right, guys. Well, we will see you tomorrow, 10 Eastern, on Pittsburgh channel. See you later.